Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Q&A call on the Speakerfocus.com platform. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO. On behalf of the entire team at Speaker Focus, me and Austin have something really special for you coming up in the future. We are tinkering and tankering on this machine that we're working on, and we are constantly improving. I got a shout out for everybody today before we get started on the Q&A calls. The room is still filling up. And somebody said nice background. Hey, background. Background, I'm chilling. I'm at the beach. I'm living this speaker focused lifestyle. This is not a backdrop. I am relaxing down at the beach, and I've been taking my strategy calls from here every single day. I just created a YouTube video called "What kind of lifestyle are you creating with your speaker business?" I mean, this is a lifestyle. You know, time plus money equals lifestyle. And the speaker industry, the entire speaking industry, has afforded me a lifestyle that it's just been a blessing. There's no other way to say it. And I enjoy getting out of the office, and it's nice to have, you know, some nice backdrops, but you know, this is a real backdrop. And I don't really like that fake stuff. I don't do fake backdrops. I don't like them. I don't like the way they show up. It looks like you're cut out. It gets kind of fuzzy around there sometimes, even on the good ones. Man, and we like to keep it real at speakerfocus.com, so we might as well keep it real all the way across the board. My mental health has been affected just like everybody else is during the pandemic. So I get out of the office as much as possible so I can smell this fresh air, so I can feel the sand between my toes, so I can throw this hat and some shades on and get some of the sun on my face. And also the reason why I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love this time of the year before the busy season starts, because I got it all to myself. What kind of lifestyle do you want your speaker business to create for you? Because I'm telling you right now, I am living proof. If you put the work in, you can have any kind of lifestyle you want. You want to be at the beach like me, by yourself, with nobody down here? You want that? You want to have it all to yourself? You can have it all to yourself. You want it all you can have it all to yourself. I like being by myself because I get a chance to think. What kind of lifestyle do you want this business to create for you? So if you want to, I want to be at the beach all day, literally all day. I've been at the beach. I literally watched the sun come up down here right around 5:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I saw the sun peak above the trees. I love it when, watch this, when the sun, let me try to find a piece of clear water. Well, you got to go all the way out there, but I love it when the sun, I mean, it's right there, the water line's right here, and the sun just goes right, and then the sun just starts rising, and it looks so big, you could literally feel like you could touch it. That does it for me. I don't know what does it for you, but this is what does it for me. I love having the entire beach to myself. So when I want to come down and do my strategy calls, or when I want to come down and I just want to relax, I mean, does this look like it's work? I mean, come on, let's get serious here. If you don't understand the kind of blessings that can come along with doing this business, then there's something wrong with you. I am living proof. I started all the way at the bottom. $56 and some change is what I got for my first speaking engagement at a singles ministry, and a little church hired me to speak. Well, they didn't really hire me. They just told me I could come do it. And then people were just really nice and just threw some money in a hat. And it was like $56 and some change. Now I earn $50,000 USD just for 1 hour. I mean, my God, if you don't believe in miracles, if you don't believe in dreams, if you don't believe you can have it all, whenever you want it, however you want it, It's something wrong with you. This is a lifestyle. And this is the kind of lifestyle I enjoy living. So good for me. But guess what? You don't get to see any of this unless you bust your natural ass. And that's the reason why I can enjoy this lifestyle, because I put the work in. What work are you putting in on your speaker business? What steps are you taking? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's get back to Rafa. I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. Rafa, you there?
Hey, Kev, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing super fantastic, man. I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Hey, let me just start off by saying thank you for the inspiration. I think as we see you doing your thing out there, you know, and very humbly letting us know what it takes to get there, which is the hard work. And more importantly, going through that first one where all you get is $56, you know, it's really good to hear that it's possible. You know, I believed it and I love to see it, bro. It's awesome. So I got a question for you today. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Okay. So I've been doing some outreach and I'm getting excited. There's a couple of conferences I've looked at where I've submitted my everything that I've been working on. And I just want to say first and foremost that the preparation through the course, setting up the speaker info kit, you know, getting my short bios, my long bios, all the things that I didn't know I was really going to need, my website, all the small details, they've just made the application process so smooth and it's given me a lot of confidence as I'm going through it. And I'm getting really excited. I reached out to a couple and one, today I had a response that kind of stopped me in my tracks. I didn't really know what to say.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping you can give me maybe what you would have done in the moment. And as I reached out, I let the woman know that it was like this leadership technology conference. And I really resonated with their material. I was like, this is a perfect fit for what I think I can come do and help with. So I asked her as she picked up the phone, I was like, hey, my name is Rafael Escobar. I would love to be considered to speak at one of your events. How do I apply for the opportunity? And her response was, we only work with speakers bureau speakers. And I know you've spoken about that plenty of times, and I'm not looking to go get in a bureau or anything of that nature. I'm just more so maybe is that just kind of like a dead track? Like, oh, okay. And then just keep moving? Or is there something that you would have said in that moment to maybe give yourself an opportunity to at least apply?
Okay, I got you. Well, I tell you this, I do like the fact that you did get a response. Don't go in so hot the next time asking for the opportunity to speak. I think we should always figure out a way to serve first, or at least responding to her email. You could just do something real simple. Like, you know, what are some of the challenges that you and your group are facing right now? And would you have a moment to discuss those challenges? Now you're putting yourself in a position where you're getting her on your calendar and you're offering her advice about how to make better whatever it is that she's going through. So if you ask her, how do you apply for the call for speakers? That's typically a form that you fill out online anyway. And this whole situation with the pandemic, they really don't want to deal with this with speakers. Those are typically the free engagements. They just kind of have you go online, fill it out, and then move forward. So the key is you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that you keep them engaged and you help them solve a problem. When you can do that, you're going to increase your chances of being able to get them on your calendar and then move forward. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Now, does that mean that when, say if this is, I call the number directly for the very first time, and it's the first person that picks it up, do I go straight, and this is maybe where I got to go look back at the sales cycle training a little bit to put myself into a better position, but I'll just ask you now, do you go straight into solving the problem right then and there? Like, hey, my name is Rafael Escobar. I'd love to help you with any challenges that you're facing in the setup of this conference or that your company is facing. Do you go straight to that?
Right. Well, I mean, there's a process that you want to be able to go through, obviously, when you actually get them on the phone. Hey, the reason for my call is, thank you for hopping on the call. The reason for my call, I wanted to be able to identify with some of the challenges that you're facing in your organization right now and see if I could possibly add some value. And then when they say, oh, okay, well, what kind of value are you talking about? Well, what are some of the challenges? I want to do some listening first. Then I could tell you how I could potentially help you. And then they're going to start talking about whether or not it's employee engagement, whether or not it's, sedentary lifestyle caused by the pandemic. I mean, you pick your poison. There's so many things that people are struggling with. And then once you get them talking, remember, selling is not convincing them of anything. If you go in too hot, you're probably going to turn them off. That's what that's what every other speaker on planet Earth does. And it's the wrong way to approach sales. Listen first, identify if there's a problem. If it's not a good fit, part ways. Don't waste your time on anybody who doesn't want your service or who doesn't want the help. But everybody is struggling right now. These corporations are suffering. Like I said, pick your poison. You just got to be able to figure out what question to ask them up front that's going to extract the information out of them. If you can do that, watch this, Rafa. This is the first question that I ask everybody. Dan Locke uses this question in his opening statement in sales, and a lot of other high ticket sales trainers use the same exact thing. What motivated you to schedule the call with me? What motivates you to schedule the call? See, they're going to tell you right then and there. Okay, well, what motivated me to get on your calendar is this is what we're dealing with. Listen, do some more listening. Okay, I see. And then again, don't try to sell them. Help solve the problem. Help give them some strategies that's going to let them know that they're dealing with a subject matter expert who's capable of being able to deliver value. Then what starts to happen is the wall starts coming down for them putting up resistance. The more that you listen, the more value that you give, the wall is coming down. Now you got a clear line to them. Now they're willing to open up and listen to potentially talking about booking you to speak. So, and that's why the script you see at the end of the call that says, based upon the information I shared with you, do you feel like this is something that will add extreme value to you and your organization? When you did it the right way, they're going to say, oh my God, did it add value? Man, you told me some stuff that I wasn't even thinking about. Now I fixed in this call how to reduce my level of stress, how to increase productivity, how to create more employee engagement, how to make my conference more interactive, how I can utilize the speaker's experience as leverage to be able to put the butts in the seats. You help me out with blah, blah, blah. Man, when you do it the right way, you should be taking these meeting planners to school. Very few speakers have the ability to educate the meeting planner about how they can get their problem solved. Rafa, everybody goes in hot, trying to book the engagement right off the break, and that is not how you sell.
Got it.
You got to go through that process and get it wrong first so you can get it right. Serve first, earn money second. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a follow-up here, and I'll just take you what you gave me as real simple. I'll sum it up. I'll stop putting my head down and trying to bust through the wall and sit back and listen.
We all got to learn, brother. We all got to learn.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this, because that's for a planned strategy call, like if they scheduled it and got on your calendar, right? What if you're reaching out to, like in this case, I saw the conference, I just looked at the phone number and I couldn't find a way to get a hold of anybody online. So I just directly reached out to them. So that wasn't necessarily that wasn't strategy, or not, it wasn't booked, I should say. So what's the best opening statement in that case, where you're just talking to the first person for the first time?
Mm-hmm. The first thing you want to ask them is, you want to be able to identify with the problem. Did they reply to an email backup? Clarify, was it an email or that you actually talked to somebody on the phone?
I reached out and just talked to them on the phone. It was like, I looked up the conference, I went on their website, and then I saw that, or I had already applied to a couple before, and this one I couldn't find the specific application process. So I found a phone number. So I called the phone number to see if there was an application process. And that was my first question with the first person of that conference.
Okay, well, so tell me what the first question you said. What did you say?
I just said, hi, my name is Rafael Escobar. I'm interested in speaking at your conference. Is there an application process?
Stop. Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
Okay.
My name is, that should have been, my name is Rafa Escobar. Could you put me in charge of could you put me in touch with the person who works with outside contractors or vendors for your organization? You got to make sure you're talking to the right person first. Were you even talking to the right person?
I don't know for a fact. No.
Okay, then that's why you got to ask that question first, because you could be reaching a switchboard or somebody who is not a key decision maker. Can you put me in contact with the person who works with outside vendors, contractors, or speakers for your organization? Oh, I don't know who that is. Well, can you put me in contact with somebody who may know what that is? Then they're going to put you in contact with some key decision maker, chair, board, committee member, some type of person that has some juice. Once you get on the phone, hey, my name is Rafa Escobar. The reason for my call is I work with organizations like yours to help solve a litany, help solve challenges that we face in the world of leadership development. Do you have a few minutes to discuss this? Oh, Rafa, now's not a good time. Okay, if it's not a good time, then reschedule. Rafa, I'm busy. What do you want to talk about? Listen, I help organizations deal with the fallout from the pandemic to increase more employee engagement, to, get more productivity out of staff, things of that nature. Oh, really? Oh, no, I don't have time to talk about it right now, but I can talk now. Get them back on the calendar. Then do a reset. Or if they say, well, what is this about? Because if you're cold calling, you're going to catch them off guard. The reason for my call is, I help increase employee engagement. I help increase employee productivity. I help decrease levels of stress. Whatever your expertise is, watch this, Rafa. I help create I help create a more healthy work culture, because you're a fitness trainer. That can be your opening line.
Yes.
But you've got to be able to help solve a problem. Then if they give you permission to say, okay, well, Rafa, damn, we definitely need a more healthy work environment. Now you got some type of engagement. Okay, Rafa, what is it that you want again? Well, the first thing I need to do, it would help me out tremendously, Ms. Johnson, if I could do some listening first. And you tell me some of the things you're struggling with right now because of the pandemic. Then I could tell you whether or not I can help you or not. How does that sound? Is that fair so far? Yes, that's fair. Okay, now when they start talking, the reason why you want to ask them, what motivated you to schedule the call with me? Or tell me, Ms. Johnson, what exactly is going on in your organization with the stress caused by the pandemic? We are all being affected by it, Rafa. You see, I'm literally making up questions as I'm going along, but these questions are going to make sense to a meeting planner. Who do I talk to get the speaking engagement? 20 motivational jackwagons are doing that shit every single day, and that's the reason why it's not working. You might as well fly your eagle right into a sliding glass door with it closed. Watch this.
Right.
Watch it.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit the glass wall, bro. If you want you want them to open that door for you so you can fly through. Serve first, earn money second. Am I making sense?
100%. That's literally what it felt like a glass ceiling, and something I couldn't see that I was running into. And you just gave it to me, which was going in there and first getting the key decision maker on the phone, right? Secondly, from there is starting up with service. The reason for my call is this: I help companies create a more healthy workplace. Do you have a couple of minutes or do you have a couple of moments right now?
That's golden. That's golden.
Right.
If I was mired in some bullshit and my whole entire team was stressed beyond recognition, if my levels of productivity was down, if my boss was on my ass because my sales numbers are down, don't you understand that every single thing, when you aren't effectively communicating, 82 to 97% of workplace challenges all stem from ineffective communication. Now, if we aren't communicating effectively, then everything else is messed up. So like I said, pick the poison. All of you are different subject matter experts. Rafa, your approach should be creating a more healthy work environment. One sentence, take it from me, take it from Austin. Austin says, keep it as short as possible. I help corporations create a more healthy work environment. Boom, just like that. Oh, really? See, other than that, yeah, I'm coming in to get the bag. Who do I talk to speak? You would love to hire me. What an asshole. That's what they're thinking.
Right. Yeah.
But when you say I create a more healthy work environment, oh my God, nobody's called me like this during the whole pandemic. This is what you're going to find when you use the right language. I hear it every day. This is a question I ask people. I ask probably every last one of you this question before you got onboarded on the speakerfocus.com. I said, has anybody ever shared this magnitude of information with you before about professional speaking? No. Every last one of you said no. That's why I'm the best, because I serve at a higher level. If you want to be the best, then help people solve more problems and stop trying to get so much money. And that's why people are falling on their asses, because they're trying to sell it too hard. Rafa, you should be figuring out a way to make 10 or 20 calls a day. And when you change the verbiage, watch what starts to happen. Oh my God, Rafa, I didn't have anybody give a damn about me throughout the entire pandemic. Okay, here's what our challenges are. All of it, after a while, Rafa's going to sound exactly the same. Then you're going to go back to one of your signature programs, grab the opening paragraphs and the bullets, and directly address the shit that she told you was messed up. How hard is that? Rafa, how hard is that? How hard is it for you to start talking about your level of expertise when you actually get them on the phone? Bro, let me tell you something. Managing a sales cycle can be so much fun if you just ask the right questions up front. Your first question should be, what motivated you to schedule the call with me? They're going to tell you. Oh, well, the reason why I scheduled the call is, and they're going to tell you all the challenges, all the deficiencies, all the limitations, everything that's holding them back, how their sales are horrible, how the productivity is down, how they hate their boss, how they can't stand their coworkers, how the grassroots customer service level is all jacked up. And then the managerial supervisory level, they're micromanaging. And then the executives' listening skills are below 40%. So they ain't listening to nobody, and everybody's trying to make money. And most categories in a corporation, their asses are working backwards. Yeah. And all of a sudden you come along. All of a sudden you come along with the exact verbiage that's literally throwing their asses a life raft. Who the hell wouldn't want to listen to that, Rafa?
Yes.
See, it's not an accident that when I ask the people the question at the end, has anybody, I don't give a damn what other coaching program that you took. I don't give a damn who. Ask Arletta to just join our coaching program. She spent $40,000 in coaching and masterminds this year alone. I asked her, has anybody ever shared this much information with her about professional speaking? And one of her masterminds cost $17,000. No, Kevin, they haven't told me shit about what you're talking about right now. Ask Edward Mosley Jr. In 2021, he spent $26,000 in speaker coaching. Edward, has anybody ever shared this much information with you about professional speaking? No. Serve at a higher level and make more money. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
You got any other questions?
No, believe me when I say this was the exact message I needed today. I appreciate you, bro.
For the speaking engagement up front, Rafa, and start engaging them with, ask them a question about what's wrong, and then just fix the shit on the phone. Man, That's why Michael Towers just booked $20,000 worth of speaking engagements in May alone. He already had 60,000 on the books this year already that he started booking last year. Michael will tell you. Michael said, man, KTR, I don't understand why you want me to be a leadership speaker. Why? I want to be a motivational speaker. I said, Michael, don't do that. He just booked an additional $20,000 worth of engagements off of the information that we taught him on speakerfocus.com in the month of May alone. So, if you're listening, and you want to improve your lifestyle, listen to me, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I messed it up before. You got it?
100%. I'm gonna be real with you. I got caught by the shiny lights of the stage on the website and got uber excited. And when that ran its course, I ran into a wall, and I'm happy to be on here so I could course correct. I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you too, and I love you, bro. And don't forget I heard the baby in the background. Don't forget to give her a kiss for me. But listen, stop looking at the damn stage for the pictures on the website from last year, thinking that you're going to be on it. That's a good vision to have, but you aren't booking anything unless you do the things that I'm respectfully requesting you to do and get the work done.
Yes, sir.
Watch this, Rafa. You got your business built out now. Now you got to go out and actually manage. Managing the sales cycle is so important. It is going to make or break your speaker business. Stop asking for the sale and start delivering some fucking value. Okay, Rafa, I'm done with you. Next person.
Appreciate you, bro. Love you.
Love you, bro. Keep me posted. Keep me posted.
I will.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I gotta laugh at it because I swear I used to do the same exact thing. I'm telling you, for the first 7 years of my career, when I got the meeting planner on the phone, I used to just pepper them with coming in hot. Oh, this is the reason why you should hire me. I can motivate with the best of. Oh man, I swear, I wish I had a tape where I could play you how I used to sound. Lisa Almond Baldwin, you're up next on the Speakerfocus.com.
You're on fire today. You're on fire today.
Oh man, how you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
So I had a couple of questions. You did answer one of my support tickets, so I just want to say it out loud so everybody else can hear what it was. But basically, you and Austin had given me some shorter verbiage on reaching out when people respond to my LinkedIn connection request, and it was, I want to say it the right way so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Hello, so whatever the person's name, and thank you for accepting my connection request. I see that you're in the association field and was wondering if you have problems with member engagement. So I have two people who responded. One said, since the pandemic, we have significantly increased our member engagement and it has been very successful. And the other person just simply said, no, we're not having any problem with that. So I had asked you and Austin, how should I respond to that? And so listening now to your response to Rafa, and I just want to confirm this with you that I'm thinking the right way, that basically I should be saying something to the effect of, that's great to hear. Are there any other issues you're having in your organization, or how should I language that?
Okay, so another thing, and I like when this comes up, because again, all of us, when we're managing the sales funnel, we have to tweak verbiage on the fly. So watch this. If they don't have an employee engagement problem, now first of all, let me tell you the reason why. Because you said, you didn't say employee engagement. You said member engagement.
Let's see here.
You said member engagement. You said member engagement, not employee.
Yeah, that's right. The other person I sent it to, she's HR. And so on hers, I did say employee engagement.
You said employee. Okay.
On hers.
Okay, yeah. So watch this. So remember, we are very much deep into the pandemic. Well, I don't know when it's going to be over, but a lot more people have been vaccinated and people are feeling more comfortable. I get emails every day of people going back to work, or they're starting to go back to work 3 days a week versus 5, or 2 days versus 5, whatever. People are getting better at managing everything through the pandemic. A lot of people still feel like they're behind, but when you talk about these meeting planners, and they have, watch this, they have people who are part of their membership, people who pay fees to be a member, or to be a part of their association. And of course, they don't have an engagement problem. You know why? Because if everybody's online or on their phone, then more people than ever have gotten used to doing things online. So people are more engaged. They can get the messaging to them faster. If they send out an email blast, if you got 500,000 members on your Facebook, people follow this stuff. So of course they're not going to have an engagement problem, but I bet you this. See, maybe you just didn't ask the right question up front. So the next time we got to rephrase it. Okay, well, I specialize in helping, watch this, if your specialty is HR, I'm just using this as an example, Lisa. I specialize in helping HR directors, corporations, meeting planners, companies, whatever you want to say. I specialize in helping people reduce whatever through the pandemic. Or I help people deal with the challenges caused by the pandemic. That's the reason why I was reaching out. What are some challenges you've been facing? Just curious. What's some of the challenges you've been facing? And then let her respond.
Okay.
If she,
So that,
watch this. If she tells you we don't have any, that means she's not interested.
right, but I'm talking about this is just responding to them through email or back on LinkedIn.
Right.
So originally I sent the message to them LinkedIn. They responded on LinkedIn.
Right.
And then if I have their email address, I can do it by email. So basically, if they've already said, at least for these couple of people that responded to me, if they've already said, no, we're not having an issue, whether I asked them about member engagement or
Right.
or thing, should I just go to the second part of what you said about great to hear that, but I specialize in, and then go on to the rest of it?
Correct. And also too, Lisa, again, don't be afraid to change it. The next time, don't ask them, do you have a member engagement problem? Ask them another specific question. Ask them, look, do some research on that industry, or call up a couple of meeting planners and just interview them. Say, hey, I'm just curious. Watch this. Watch this. I write for travel. I write travel for a living, but I'm also writing a piece on how, the challenges that meeting planners are having throughout the pandemic. Just some research information for my article. Could you give me some of the challenges you're faced with? Do you have 5 minutes? Call up about 5 to 10 people and ask them that, and watch. You're going to start hearing them come up with a very specific problem, and a lot of it's going to sound the same. And then watch this. Take the data from the questions that you ask them, and then rephrase your question. Maybe the next time it's not, are you having any challenges with your employee engagement? Maybe the next time you ask them, are you having any issues with the sedentary lifestyle caused by the pandemic with your staff? Are you having any issues with employee productivity caused by the pandemic? You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
There's a million different ways you can phrase it. And watch this. You're going to know that you found the right way to phrase it with that simple question for your initial outreach when you get somebody to schedule a call with you, or they say, oh, damn right, Lisa, of course I got some challenges. Okay, great. I'd love to have a quick call with you about it. And then this is where the skill of managing the sales cycle comes in. This is where you got to finesse them a little bit, listen a lot, and then fill in the blanks of everything they just told you. And then you're going to let them know that you're capable of being able to help them solve their challenges. I mean, when I tell you, when you do it right, it's so smooth. And I understand if you're not to the point where it's smooth, but we're getting you there. Don't be afraid to change the verbiage up. If you send out 5 or 10 other emails and they say, no, we don't have an employee engagement problem. Why? Because engagement is at an all-time high on our platform. What did the lady tell you in her response? She said, we've tripled our engagement through the pandemic, or something to that effect, right? Okay, well, no problem. Good for you. You got a high level of engagement with your members. They're reading your content. They're opening up your emails. Good for you. Well, what are you, perfect? Keep asking her questions, and eventually you're going to get to the grassroots.
Okay.
Of figuring out what's wrong. You got to become good at asking better questions up front to be able to get the answer to your questions. Then when you can find out whether or not it's a good fit, once you have that kind of conversation with them, then at the end you're going to say, okay, well, based upon the conversation I had with you, do you feel like this is something that you would take a look at maybe and share with your other committee members, again, these are things that I specialize in. If they say yes, send them over the email. Then they're going to look at your speaker video demo. They're going to look at your speaker info kit. They're going to share it with the rest of the committee members. Put a date on the calendar where you can follow up with them just to get their opinion about the information that you sent them to see if it has some real value.
Right.
That's the purpose of the follow-up call.
Right. Right.
You got it?
Yeah. Okay. And then my second question, I actually asked this question last week and Austin answered, but I don't think I was really understanding the answer. So
Okay.
when I was using previous outreach language on LinkedIn for the initial LinkedIn, and then after 2 weeks, well, yeah, and there was the follow-up that we send after a week after they accept your connection request. Then we're supposed to 2 weeks after that follow up with them again because we have their email by then. So what I wanted to know, and maybe this is the same answer of what you just gave me.
Okay.
So the first one we send is, I just wanted to see if you got my message to you on LinkedIn, and then you say something back about what you see them doing on LinkedIn. I love what you're doing in the blah blah blah.
Right.
But if I'm following up with them by email, so somebody who has not responded to me or anything, but that 2 weeks later, I'm doing that email follow-up. And the first email they got from me is the marketing language outreach language I'm no longer using. Is it the same thing that you just said, just rephrase something else? Because I just want to make sure that it wasn't looking, and should I be forwarding and responding on top of the last message I sent them, or sending them a brand new one altogether?
Well, I mean, if you have a dialogue going, if they responded,
No, I'm talking about people who have not responded.
People who have not responded, I believe last week we told you, try a different approach with the first email that you sent, if they haven't responded to you yet.
Okay, so it's a whole new email, not forwarding the one from the last time or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I told you, don't be afraid to try new verbiage. We have to find something. You have to play. Listen, niches are difficult to crack in the beginning. But I tell you, when you phrase the question the right way and it has value, that keeps the calendar full. I don't give a damn what you're selling. When somebody has a problem, then they're going to schedule a call. That's the whole reason why we make money in business, because I can help you solve a problem. And that is how you create a customer base. That is what a speaker, coach, consultant, service provider, specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and trusted advisor, that's what they do. That's the very reason why they get paid the money that they get paid, because they know how to fix shit. And the company doesn't know how to do it. It's not in their wheelhouse. They don't have the bandwidth to study in years and years and years like you have with your level of expertise. And they also need a different perspective. They call it third-party validation.
Okay.
Just don't, Lisa, you've got to be daring. You've got to keep trying different ways to phrase this. Remember, a short sentence. Remember what I told Rafa? Hey, I help companies create a more healthy work environment. What type of environment do you help people create?
Okay, I gotcha.
That's all I want you to be thinking about. I know what I'm good at.
Right.
I know, listen, I could literally sit up here with the experience that I have in speaking, and every single meeting planner that I talk to, I know exactly what they're going to say to me before they even say it. It doesn't matter what the niche is. They all go through the same shit.
Right.
There's only, watch this. If it's 1,000 characteristics, it's not like you can create 1,000 new ones. Everybody's going through the same thing. This is universal law, what we're going through. Where there is where there is a problem, there is a solution. A problem is a fixable dilemma. It's only temporary. People that don't think there's a solution to a problem, they've never really had a problem before. I deal with problems every day, and I'm a solutionist. I'm a solution strategist. That's what you are as a professional speaker. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Lisa, you just cannot get run into the ground. Lisa, I'm gonna give you some advice, and I need you to hear me. You got to take the emotion, excuse me, You've got to take the emotional part out of sales. Your feelings are too hurt when it doesn't go the way you want it to go. You can't be thinking about emotions. You got to try a new piece of verbiage, simplify. The fact of the matter is you don't have enough repetitions with getting the door slammed in your face enough for us to be getting down. It's part of the process you got to go through to find that email sequence that's going to make people go, damn.
Right.
Lisa, yes, that is exactly what I'm struggling with. Where's the link to get on your calendar again?
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to feel like when you get the right verbiage. We all have to go through it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And I've been, taking all your suggestions and, all the support tickets and I've been keeping track on my little spreadsheet on what kind of responses I'm getting. So I'm good on that. I just wanted to make sure, like Rafa asked, I just want to make sure, okay, so for the person I already have a conversation going, how do I respond when she said X? So, okay, I got that.
And Lisa, I'm respectfully requesting, because you know the type of personality you have, you're a little perfectionistic. Okay.
Yes, so that's true.
You're holding on a little too tight right now. And that's why I'm telling you, just say fuck it and just put the new verbiage out there and keep trying. Watch this, Lisa. This is what I want you to do. I want you to come up with 5 different variations. I am not going to come up with the verbiage. You're going to come up with the verbiage.
Yes,
Watch this. This is the baseline. I want you to come up with 5 different versions. No, I'm sorry, not 5, 3. Not 5, 3.
Okay.
I want you to come up with just like I told Rafa. I work with companies to create a better, a more healthy work environment.
Okay.
I want you to give me that. I want you to play around with that 3 different ways and tell me what you want to do for the company to help them solve a problem. Okay. This is why it's so important to understand your target market. You have to understand the pain that they're going through. Now, if you haven't talked with enough of them, then maybe you don't understand. And that's why we're still reaching and guessing and trying to put the verbiage together. But if you talk to enough of them, I'm telling you, if I were you, you're already a writer. If I were you, I would call up 5 to 10 meeting planners. Forget about booking the speaking engagements. You need more confidence in understanding what they need. Right. If I were you, I would tell them I'm a travel writer, but I'm doing a special. When I travel, I go to all these venues. I'm doing a special on the meeting planner and what it is that they need. Mm-hmm. Seems like to me like nobody cares about the meeting planner. So I'm doing an article and I want to know if you would help me with my research information. Okay, well, Lisa, I really don't have time right now. Okay, well, when is a good time to call you back? All I need is 5 minutes. And I got 3 questions I want to ask you. Or you could say, what's your email address? I got 3 questions I want to ask you. Can you just email back to me? You see what I'm doing?
Right.
Intelligence is the gathering of information. It's not how smart you are. I'm smarter than you when I got more information. Gotcha. And that's why the speaker wins who has the most information. If you can out-negotiate the meeting planner. If you can out-information the meeting planner. If you got more leverage, you got to put yourself in a situation where you don't need them, they need you. Mm-hmm. I told all of you this, remember, I can take my professional speaking services to literally hundreds of thousands of corporations who are suffering their asses off right now. I could throw any one of them a lifeline and they pay me the $50,000 and I could stop them from hemorrhaging millions of dollars every single month. I have the skill set to be able to do that. Lisa, so do you. Many of you on this platform have the skill set to be able to do that. You've got to work from a position of leverage. Mm-hmm. When you have leverage, then the meeting planner needs you. If they don't need you, they're going to get rid of your ass. You're expendable. That's why you got to do research on your target buyer. You got to know them better than they know themselves.
Got it. Okay.
Why you think when they send you to a doctor, they send you to a specialist? They don't send you to if you got a problem with your foot, you need to go see a podiatrist. You don't need to go to the heart surgeon. You got to get specific. And the only way you're going to get specific is if you got to understand the target buyer. Lisa, let me just share a quick story with you, because I always like to share a story about myself, because I want you to understand when you work with Auston, there's no excuses. And I can't give him any excuses. He expects me to perform at a high level every single day. Whether or not I do it or not, that is what he expects. It's just the way he is. It's just how he's wired. So watch this. I can specifically remember when Austin, he sent me over the client avatar, and he wanted me to start building the verbiage to launch the sales funnel. This was years ago. We had just basically met each other. I told him, I said, lay the blueprint out for me. Tell me what I need to do. Austin sent me back a series of questions like I didn't understand the fucking meeting planner. This is how he operates. So, but what he wanted to make sure that I knew exactly how to craft a message to a person who we were going to be talking to before we even launched that sales funnel. Now, I ended up creating the verbiage, and we launched our sales funnel, and the rest is history. We started off $10 a day when we ran our first Facebook ad. And then we got the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing. But the reason why I said that to you is because the reason why he acts that way and why it's so important for the verbiage is because he just wanted to make sure, yeah, I've serviced all these meeting planners, but that doesn't mean shit. Can you come up with the right words that's going to get them on a call to talk to you about the speaking industry? I shouldn't say the meeting planner, I should say speakers. I've been a speaker for many years. I'm always between two worlds, understanding the meeting planner and understanding the speaker.
All right.
So I understand both because I am a speaker and I've dealt with thousands of meeting planners, but it doesn't matter, Lisa, unless I get the specific verbiage to get the speaker on the phone who doesn't understand this business. And it doesn't matter if I can't get a meeting planner on the phone who doesn't really understand how to work with the speaker to decrease their level of stress or any other problem that they're going through. And that's what I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
That's why it's so important to get the verbiage right. You got it?
Yep, I got it. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, don't worry about it. You're very welcome.
Okay.
Mark my words. She's going to have a breakthrough on one of these Monday calls, and she's going to send out one of those messages, and her calendar is going to start getting more full. She's going to start getting people on her calendar, and she's going to start learning how to talk to those people better, and it's going to start converting into revenue.
Yeah, one thing to add, you can't be married to your messaging or even, the way you're presenting your niche or your offer. Everything up until module 5 has been it's your first hypothesis on what your niche and your offer and your message is going to be when you take it to the market in module 5. So, you have to keep in mind, it's going to change. It's most likely going to change a lot from what you initially thought it was. And the only way to figure out what it's going to be is to get it out into the market and to test it, and be willing to adjust it and be open to feedback. And, it's like the people that come out on top are not the ones that, just have a perfect niche right out of the gate and message. Just the ones that are most likely and most adaptable and most willing to change. But it's still important to go through the process of coming up with the initial hypothesis, because then you have something to work with and you have something to test. But you always got to because once you find the winning combination, you never have to really change it again, because it just works forever. Obviously things change over time, but once you get that winning combination, it'll work for years. Like we did a lot of testing of our outreach messaging in the beginning, trying to figure out what worked the best. And I mean sentence by sentence. And once we found the winning version, we've had winning versions that lasted years. We have our video sales letter we haven't touched for 5 years because it resonates so deeply with the market. So once you find it, you'll know, because your calendar is going to light up and you're going to be getting a much higher response rate. But until you have that, you need to be willing to try new things and throw everything you thought you knew out the door and just be willing to find it. And two, you need to be on these calls. You're not trying to convince them of something that they don't need or you think they want. Your job is to be in discovery mode and be documenting and writing down when you're going through these conversations, right when they get excited about things you're talking about, specific things, and write down the specific language that they're talking about when they're describing their problems, and go into these as more like interviews rather than sales calls until you find, you know, the message and the niche that's going to resonate most with people.
Appreciate that, Troy. Thank you so much. It's always good to get that perspective. See, that discovery mode that Austin was talking about was exactly the process that I've been through. We all have to go through it. Anybody that manages a sales funnel, we all have to go through the same exact process. It's not like we're asking you to try things that we have not been through. We test this stuff, and we test hundreds of thousands of dollars against the information that we're sharing with you to ensure that these things work. Another great thing I want to step on to, and then Roger Prasad will be right with you. Thanks for your patience. You know, what Austin said was very true. Once you find the golden verbiage, and this is the reason why I always share with you guys, speaking is not your number one skill in this industry, but copywriting is. It shows up in every single thing that we do. When we get ready to launch a brand new campaign, I have to write copy and I send it over to Austin. Austin has to go through it because he thinks differently than me. He understands what's going to convert. Well, we at least give it our best shot by putting our heads together, and then we put it out in the marketplace and test it. Sometimes we test it. Sometimes some stuff we do works, but we keep playing around with it until it starts converting at a high level. And when it looks like that, that's the video sales letter that hasn't been changed for 5 years because the verbiage resonated so deeply. But I went through, that's an 11-page video sales letter that I had to make sure that all of the verbiage, there was a very specific script that I followed to get that shit on point. I didn't know that it was gonna convert that high. I'd be lying to you if I did tell you that. I did everything Austin asked me to do. That's what I did. And that's why I'm asking you to do it as well. And then once you get it into the marketplace and test it, the reason why I told Lisa you're holding on too tight. You can't be married to the verbiage. You have to constantly be willing to make adjustments on the fly and be willing to make these changes necessary in order to find the golden ticket to get it to convert. And when you do, and you get in the groove, mark my words, you're gonna be thankful that you went through the struggles to be able to get there. Roger Prasad, talk to me.
KTR, wow. Today is a groundbreaking day. I never thought I would get here. I looked at that speaker info kit and all them other documents I had to put together. I said, man, I asked you, I said, will you do it for me? How much will you charge? I will pay whatever it is. You said, no, brother, you got to do it yourself. You got to do it yourself. But before I get into just thanking you, I got another meaning for the acronym KTR. Keeping it totally real. Keeping it totally real. And I thank you for that, because that has really helped me. It has really helped me because I have to. I'm not young. I'm not tech savvy. I got to delve in. I got to deal with this shit. Yeah. Yes, I got to do it. Now, I was on a radio program way back when I first got the book done. I went on this radio program and I talked about the book. Well, what I did was I got books. I've been selling all that stuff. So I thought I'd go back on the program and give books to the guy who, hosted the program. It's a Zoom panel program. So I gave him a book, Then he said to me, so what are you doing now? I said, well, I'm developing a speaker business. He goes, whoa, what are you going to talk about? And then there's an attorney on the panel. He said, yeah, what are you bringing to the table? I said, I want to help employers eliminate unconscious bias and create confidence in a diverse workforce. Everybody dropped. They were like, what? Where did you get that? I don't even know. I said, there's another guy that's very responsible for that. But I just want to thank you, because now I'm moving on. I think I'm moving on to stage 2, which is marketing. I've got my materials. Thank you for all the help you've given me. And not only the help, thank you for keeping it totally real. Because
Wow.
that's what we need. We don't need bullshit. We
Yeah,
don't need sugarcoating.
yeah.
We need you to keep it totally real. And I thank you for that profusely. Good night.
Well, Roger, I gotta tell you this. There's no way that my brand KTR would ever be at the level that it is right now if it wasn't for Auston. And I say this all the time because what he did was he took my old school thinking. And a lot of times we think we know what's going on until you run across somebody that really understands technology, really understands the digital marketing. Auston helped me understand two things. And this is what a lot of things that I teach. I might be able to teach a digital marketing class right now because of the things I learned because I'm a practitioner. But a lot of things I teach, Auston told me why I need to be doing it. And then he showed me how to do it. So a lot of times we're doing things and we don't know why we're doing it. I didn't know why. I didn't know how to manage social media. I didn't know why I was supposed to be doing it a certain way. Now I understand the reason why you post certain content to support your sales funnel. It all goes hand in hand. So Roger, I can't take any credit myself, even though I know I'm the one with the speaking experience, but this is a platform where there's equal value being delivered. And the reason why we thrive the way we do is just because of Auston's leadership, being the chief technical officer of this organization, to make sure that we stay grounded. And another reason why I keep it real is because me and Auston, as much as we're brothers, he doesn't tolerate any bullshit. And neither do I. This is the reason why we get along, because we're both anal. We both like things done a certain way. When you mess up the word sequences for the signature programs, I get bent out of shape. When you mess up the technology and you're not managing the sales funnel a certain kind of way, Auston gets bent out of shape. It's good that you have people get bent out of shape. We're more family and accountability partners than we are friends. We don't need no new friends, but you damn sure enough need an accountability partner. And Roger, the way we keep it real is speaker focus. I knew that other people weren't doing that in my space. I said, if I'm going to get in that space and I'm going to do it, this is the reason, this is the way we're going to do it. And it just so happens, this does not just all come from me. Auston has a different way of delivering it. But believe me, man, that young man is gangster when it comes to technology. This guy knows what the hell he's doing. And thank God I get on my knees every day and glad that I saw it right from the beginning. Now we created a product where we get a chance to help people like you. See, this is what happens, Roger, when you understand your assignment. This is why you cycle through the coaching program. Roger, let us just remind the platform, because I had to put you in a category, because this is like the tortoise versus the hare, where you saw a lot of students just jumping out the starting blocks and just, soaring to great heights, jumping out into the marketplace. Roger, you were real slow coming out the starting blocks. I mean, real slow. It took us a long time to even get you on the platform. And then there's some stuff that you didn't understand, but you know what you did? You submitted and you committed to the higher level mentorship. It was some things that you told me, man, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get this shit done. KTR, I can't be looking at your sales tools, man. That shit is too advanced for me. And all of a sudden, Roger,
That's right.
the proud moment today is when you not only got your website done, you sent over your finished speaker info kit, and you finish up your speaker video demo, and all of your sales tools are freaking amazing. And for somebody who was bitching and complaining about, I don't know nothing about technology, well, damn, Roger, you sure look technical right now.
Thanks to you, bro. Thanks to you,
I love
brother.
I love
Thanks
it.
to
It's the
you.
system. It's the system, brother. It's the system, man. Like I said, I can't take credit all by myself, man. This is what the team does here to make sure that you guys are being held accountable. And then before you go to the marketplace, that it's all set up. What did Auston say a little earlier? He said, man, the reason why you build out all that stuff, the messaging, the sales tools, have the business entity set up the right way, start posting value videos on your social media, is you are preparing to get ready for module 5, to get the automation set up and start doing outreach, and then start learning how to manage your business on a whole nother level. And we're there with you to do it every single step of the way. Roger, did you have another question or comment that you wanted to share?
Yes, I want to make one comment. Accidentally, this is my motto, and it's one of the first things you see when you go to my website.
Okay.
And it's about our ancestors. And it goes like this. The difficult we handle instantly. The impossible may take longer.
Wow. Wow. I
That's
love
one
it.
of the first things you see on my website. And when you consider what our people had to go through, that had to be their motto.
Yeah. See, and this is the reason why I love helping to develop subject matter experts like yourself, because that was very simple, yet it was profound. That's the kind of person that you are when you are walking in your space, and when you speak, man, it is just, man, it's a thing of beauty. And it's supposed to sound like that when you know what the hell you're talking about. So I take my hat off to you. Listen, Roger, you've had to learn an entire new business. When I first met Auston, I didn't know anything about technology and sales funnels. I had to learn an entire new business, but I knew I had to do it. And I was just as scared as many of you. I have to share that with you because I need you to understand. Auston just turned 26 and I'm approaching my 54th birthday. He's white, I'm a person of color. That's typically not the way it works. But the reason why it does work is because I told him straight up, I don't give a damn how old you are. I clearly see you know what you're doing. Whatever it is that I see, I knew that that's the area I was lacking the most, and I was terrified. And he has made it so easy for me to teach me, help me grow, help me provide for my family better. He's just changed my life. And when you realize that you have somebody like that, it is your turn to pay it forward. And this is why I talk to all of you the way I do. Listen, I'm grateful that I got a chance to meet somebody who cared enough about me and who just got the right kind of heart. And I met him at the right time and he met me at the right time. And that's when the universe puts something together that's special. And I don't believe in breaking the code, and I reward loyalty. And Auston has been extremely loyal to me. And this is why we created this platform, so we can be loyal to you. So you can keep coming back to us and you can expect us to always be there for you no matter what you're going through. Now I can tell you this, Roger, I'm so grateful that you share the way you do. Because if Roger was scared shitless about everything. He said, KTR, how the hell am I supposed to do this with the messaging? I said, Roger, just read the template, follow this. We had to go back and forth maybe 4 or 5 times, but we got it. We got his messaging together. He committed and he submitted. Then he was even more concerned about the sales tools. He was even more concerned about the sales tools, but he just turned in one of the best versions of and watch this. He's just starting where he is, and he's sticking to he's sticking to the resources that he has, and he did the best job, and his sales tools look so professional. And that's all I ask of you. Just give it a good try, because if you don't try it, you don't really know what you're made of. So Roger, answer me this question. What are you finding out about yourself by going through this Speakerfocus.com platform?
If I apply myself, I can do it. If I get the right instruction and I apply myself properly, don't be afraid of it. Get out there and do it.
Yes. Yes. Is that giving you more confidence as a speaker?
Absolutely. It's giving me more confidence as a person.
You see?
It's giving me more confidence when I drive up to the stoplight and somebody's acting the fool. I don't have to worry about them.
Oh,
I got this.
Wow. Go ahead, Roger. I hear you, brother. And look, and the world is waiting for you with that powerful message that you have. See, this is another good teaching point. This is a teachable moment. Everybody says to me every day, remember, I talk to 25 to 35 speakers a day in one way or another, through strategy calls, through connecting with them, messages, telephone calls, follow-ups, what have you. Everybody wants to get their message out there. Everybody wants to jump on stage and speak. That's the easy part. But very few people want to learn how to really run a speaker business and be an entrepreneur. This is a business. This is a business model. And you've got to become good at all of it, not just the part where it comes time to deliver the service. Because for most of you, that's going to be the easy part when you understand how to deliver your messaging. So, I mean, we're proud of you. We're proud of you. And watch this. First step, messaging. Second step, sales tools. Third step, did you tell me you're setting up the business entity, or you working on that?
Business entity set up.
That's done. Okay.
That's done.
Fourth step. Now, remember, Roger, through your social media, through your phone, I want you to do a test on this before, because you're getting ready to go to module 5 to start learning how to set up the automation and manage the sales tool. Listen, just listen to module 5 a couple of times and then start submitting support tickets. Just like you've done, I want you to do the same exact thing you've done up to this point. But I want you to start dropping 3 to 5 minute videos about, you can take an excerpt from your book, about your subject matter expertise. Just act like you're teaching a class. Don't do any call to actions. Don't say, hire me to speak. Just say, hey, did you know that in 1918, the state of Haiti was, and just do 3 to 5 minutes of that.
I have 14 pre-recorded fascinating facts about Haiti.
Well, okay, I need you to release them on YouTube now.
Okay.
I need you to get them up on YouTube. Remember, we are in the era of information marketing. All of you should do some research on it. What it does is it allows you to build a relationship with your audience. You should be giving away more free information than anybody else in your space. This is what we do on the back end to support our sales funnel. The free information is the strategy call. The free information is the things that I give away through social media. The free information are the videos that I drop and we send out to an email blast a couple times a week. You should be doing the same thing, Roger, and then send me a couple examples, because that is going to help support when the meeting planner starts clicking every single thing to find out about you and your professional speaking deliverables. They are going to come up roses. Oh my God, he shared this fact about Haiti. Oh my God, Roger talked about this about his book. Oh my God, when I went to his Facebook page, I got this bit of free information. Oh, when I went to his Instagram, I got this. That's where they're going to make the assessment to say, this is a great fit for our organization. Roger, it's the very reason why all these national media outlets are getting you booked on their show. They see the value. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then let Austin take you to the promised land and teach you how proper sales funnel management and get that thing up and running. You got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, one step at a time, Roger, one step at a time. Don't focus on anything else except for release those facts about Haiti, and then get yourself into module 5, brother. We getting closer to the money, Roger. We getting closer to the money.
Thank you, boss.
You're welcome, man. Talk to you real soon. Man, progress, man. That type of stuff right there, man, brings tears to my eyes. I'm just telling y'all right now, man. I just really appreciate when you just you just get out there and you do the work. Kenneth Morton, I see you, brother. Thank you so much for your patience. I'll be right with you. Let me just use the lower the hand feature for Roger. And okay. Results, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. Do the work, get the results. Serve at a higher level, earn money second. Kenneth Morton, how can I help you, sir?
Hey, KTR, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing super fantastic, man. It's chilling. It's getting a little chilly down here at the beach, but I'm hanging in there. Still
okay.
Good.
Hang on. That hat will keep me cool, if nothing else. Hey, let me say this first. I was not name dropping last week, but when I was on the call with Michelle Bowman, she said, KTR, I know him.
Oh, Micheline.
Yeah, Micheline. I mispronounced her name.
Micheline worked at Fox 5 for over 25 years, I think.
Right. So I mentioned that I am working through Speakerfocus, and called your name, KTR, whole 9 yards. Yeah. And she reached out. She pinged you, and I said, you know what? I wasn't trying to name drop, but yeah, she really does know you.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Micheline, she worked the Micheline Bowman. She has a PR firm now, and Micheline worked the news desk for Fox 5 for over 25 years. When all the celebrities would come to town, Micheline was the one that would book them. Micheline Bowman, I love Micheline. That's my sister. Micheline gave me my first opportunity to get on Fox 5 when I had my first book out in 1998.
She spoke highly of you.
Oh yeah, that's my sister.
And so did I, no doubt.
Yeah, well, listen, man, it's good that when you have a reputation and you don't go around, taking a dump on people, and right. Your reputation precedes you. And I'm a person who serves other people. That's how I've always been. Yeah. That's how I'm always going to be. And Micheline's done nothing but help me in my career. She got me my first television interview on Fox 5. How am I gonna be mad at her?
Well, she I'm gonna get to my question in a sec. She told a group of us, and she said, I can have you on TV by Father's Day. And Kevin, I said, I'm not ready because I know where I am with what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
And I respectfully said, I'm not ready yet, but I will be back. I'll be back in touch with you when I get to that point. So we had that conversation.
Listen, man. The reason why you want to get a service like Micheline Bowman is because Micheline understands the machine. She worked at Fox 5 for over 25 years. She understands how it works. She has the contacts. Let me tell you something. A lot of these PR people, trust me, I've wasted about $7,000 on PR people in the past. They couldn't do anything for me. So if you're gonna have a PR person, you gotta have somebody that really has the connection to call up the producer while they're in their underwear at 12 o'clock at night and say, the reason why you need Kenneth Morton on your show is because of da 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 da. And then the next day, your ass is on there.
Yeah, I told her I'm not ready yet, but I will be back. Listen, trust me, I will.
That's the kind of person that she is. Your money is well spent if you spend it with her because she can actually make something happen for you, unlike a lot of other people. See, that's reputation that I'm talking about right there.
Sure.
I can speak highly of her. So again, you need to make that happen. But again, going through the process of getting your speaker business built out and getting everything together, because watch what happens. Man, when I had a book out and I would do a radio interview and I would give the number or the website to the book or whatever, the phone would just go crazy. That's why you got to have the back end set up so you can facilitate transactions.
And that's, so I shared that. The analogy I used with her, I said, I don't want to invite people over to dinner and I'm not even bought groceries yet. And they're looking at me thinking, who is this guy? And why did he, why did he think he's ready to serve us dinner? He's not even ready to cook. So I said, respectfully, I'm not ready, but in time, that's why I say, as I'm working through Speaker Focus and getting to the point that I am ready, I'll definitely be back in touch with you. But here's go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead with your question.
Well, so here's my question as it relates to Speaker Focus. I'm thinking ahead and working in the background on my information. You're about to get a wave of tickets. When I think about my signature programs, how necessary is it, or is it necessary at all, that they are connected or interrelated? So and what I mean by that is I'm dealing with leadership and helping organizations. What I'm targeting my four signature programs to be, one will deal with, it's ironic you mentioned, DE&I, unconscious bias, one with stress relief, one is increasing employee engagement, and the other, I'm going back and forth between improving communication and then dealing with the power of positivity to solve business problems. Okay. Now, they aren't necessarily related, and I don't want to come across as though I'm trying to be a jack of all trades and cover too much ground. Is it necessary that they be related somewhat or not?
Well, remember that all of your signature programs are leadership based.
Yes.
Leadership is the #1 bookable and most requested topic at conferences, corporate meetings, and events worldwide. Leadership, excuse me, Kenneth. Leadership is what they want to hire you for first. Then you're going to get into your niche or your sub niche or your micro niche. A lot of people have different niches. So what's connecting all of them together, the 4 signature programs, is that they're all leadership based. Now, what makes them different is that you're breaking down different sections of your leadership expertise and the value that you would offer the meeting planner. So the reason why you want to have a different variation of your signature programs is because you want to be able to go in a kind of different direction. So one of your signature programs, for instance, my signature programs are, I break down the focus acronym. So I have all 5 of these words, they mean something different. So I could go in a different direction about foresight. Why? All of them are related to vision and breaking down your level of focus to see your goals very clear. If you don't have that, you're not accomplishing anything.
Okay.
So I talk about foresight. I talk about optical. Optical is any type of device to aid you in sight. Well, resources aid you in sight. You're able to see things more clear. And then I get into cataracts. That's like a gray or opaque area, which causes partial or total blindness. I talk about your organization sometimes has possibility blindness. Some of your people don't believe. See? So I went in 3 different directions: foresight, optical, cataracts, utopia. Utopia is a perfect world, or social order. Well, if we're suffering from a lot of perfectionism and it's not going to go perfect, you've got to become a solutionist. And then scope is the area that the mind can cover. I talk about the biggest game that you play is right between your ears. So I just went in 5 different directions under the banner of leadership to help the meeting planner and their organization understand the importance of having proper foresight, having devices that aid you in sight, stopping the possibility blindness or curing possibility blindness, and make sure that you cut out the perfectionism and making sure that you understand how powerful the mind is and how to get the most out of it. Am I making sense to you what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No, thank you. That's good. That helps me to
you do with your 4 signature programs. They should be related and interconnected and all leadership based under your niche. That niche may be health and wellness. That niche may be entertainment. It may be law. We work with some of the best subject matter experts in the world. Kenneth, stick to your niche. And remember, say what you feel and build the signature programs around that, and you'll be okay.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Right. You're very welcome. Kenneth, you have the overachiever gene built in your DNA. Do not let overanalyzing mess up your signature programs.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. I've got to stop overthinking it.
Speak free, Kenneth. Kenneth, speak free. You are a quality business professional. I tell you this every time you get on the Q&A. I say, man, I love Kenneth. I'm telling you, your best quality, brother, is your authenticity. Kenneth, if you didn't have that level of authenticity, and it's kind of like a warm vibration that you give off when you speak, you will be a straight asshole. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
But you're so charming. You're so authentic. That's the part that you need to show your audience.
Okay.
Don't show them the one that's overanalyzing, the one that can understand schematic breakdowns. No one cares how smart you are. But what they care about is what you're going to share with them from the heart. They care about you showing them how to, and you have the capability to be able to do that. How many more times you want me to tell you, Kenneth?
Look, I wrote it down again.
You're amazing. You need to go back and look at every Q&A call and every compliment that I ever gave you, because you know I do. Come on, Kenneth. Now you know
you
me
have.
I don't give out compliments by for fun.
No, and I appreciate it. And I know it's not just the warm fuzzies. You're giving me feedback as well as guidance that's helping me to stay focused. And I do appreciate it.
Bro, you're welcome. That's what the meeting planner's audience needs. Remember, you're not going to get past the gatekeeper unless you can show cause why they should hire you. And the very first thing they talk about all the time is authenticity. Yeah. They love it. It reigns supreme in a a fogginess of uncertainty that we have on the internet right now. It's a bunch of noise. How do you cut through the noise to get the meeting planner to hear your message? It's got to be authentic. You got to speak free. Stop worrying about what everybody's thinking and just do Kenneth.
Gotcha, KTR. Thank you.
You got any other question or comment?
Nope. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to do a last call for questions. You're very welcome, Kenneth. Look forward to receiving that onslaught of support tickets. And we're going to help you. We're going to get this thing done. Okay. I'm going to do the last call for questions. And listen, everyone, remember at the beginning of the video, as I'm doing the last call for questions, if you have any questions, use the raise hand feature. I will be right with you. If not, I'm going to take the next 2 minutes to spin out of this Zoom session. And if you have any questions, you can submit them to support@speakerfocus.com. We earn our money on this platform through the Monday Q&A call and when you submit support tickets, because we don't like the pressure building up on us when we have a support ticket. You have a question, we have the answers. Every single time we are there to customize the answer to help you navigate through the niche and the target market that you're in to get that message into the meeting planner so they can unlock that door and put you in front of their target audience and you can become compensated as a high fee speaker. As we are wrapping up, remember what I told you about lifestyle. It's a fair question, and you should really be asking yourself that. Time plus money equals lifestyle. Do I have the time? When am I going to create the time to generate the revenue? First, you got to learn the skill to generate the revenue and then to improve the lifestyle or create the lifestyle that you have in your mind. I'm very fortunate. Me and Austin get a chance to live the lifestyle that we want right now as a result of the hard work. And it's possible for you to do it as well. This is not a money grab. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This business is solid and it's real. And our students are out there in the marketplace performing every single day. They're giving us feedback about what they're doing, hitting the wall, crashing, burning, repairing, healing, and soaring is what this is all about. And you will go through every single stage of it if you want to become a high fee speaker. Do the work, the money is there. We are here for the support. On behalf of the entire team at Speakerfocus.com, I want to thank you so much for the loyalty and the support. Keep it coming. Stay focused. Keep your head down. Keep your mouth shut and keep doing the work. I love you very much. Thank you so much for joining us each and every week. We'll see you right here. Same place, same time, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday. Love you guys. Keep doing well.